Hello, I'm Dwight Norris, and today we're going to go over what exactly is the plan. Now, I have a few steps that I have on a Trello board somewhere else that I will roughly follow to get from A to Z on this plan. Now, as a quick synopsis, the plan generally entails a rinse and repeat method, which starts with learning just enough to get started. And to do that, I'll be using Google's machine learning crash course found right here. Now, when will I know that I've gotten enough? Well, I'll know because with this, I'm just going to do the course, which I heard doesn't take forever, but I'm going to have to do some of the prerequisites as well, but those aren't too much. But this is made specifically following the type of training I want to do. Now, just to go forward before I go deeper into that, the rinse and repeat method is me learning this, and then I'm going to start a project. And I'm going to talk about that project in just a second. I'm going to start parts of it instead of doing this project and then this project and then this project. I have one project and I'm going to be doing pieces of it. I'll do pieces of it from beginning to end, and it'll be usable and it'll be visible, but I can continue to grow on it. And it's something I'm kind of excited about doing because it's something that I have used before but didn't want to pay for it. Now I've learned I could do it myself. Wow. What's a better project than to actually create something that you've paid for in the past? I think that's a good idea. So, with the machine learning crash course, the type of learning that it does is what you would call a top down approach. Now, most people, when they're going through education, are doing a bottom up approach. They're going to class, they're reading these books, they're doing all of this ethical, not ethical, uh, a lot of theory, thinking, and they're doing a little pieces of things and learning how the details about what something works, but they haven't built anything. And then, you go look for a job, and guess what they're looking for? Something called experience. And guess what you get at college? Not that. But they know this. Yet they ask for it, even on those junior roles. Now they expect you to go above and beyond your good God, Ali, how whatever amount of money you spent on your education and do even more. Let's not get into that. But this is why we do internships. If you're coming from that bottom up approach, this is why you make your own little projects on the side and build fun little things to show that you can actually do the job. Now, for the top down approach, which is this, we're going to start by just building things. That is the training. And you don't know where to start? Well, do something like this. Figure out what machine learning is. How do you, like, what programming language do you use? Like, look up something that is part of that one thing you want to do. You want to add something to the screen so you can log in. Look up login, like kind of code. Look up it for Python. Look at authentication. Look at how that's done. Look at examples. Look at other people's GitHubs and like, oh, that's how that's done. Boo, line it up, and then boom, make it yours. Simple as that. Look up the API for whatever you're going to build, like I will. It's an actual API I pull from, and I want to put it somewhere else. I want to make it all neat. I want to do customizations. I want to run, different models against it to see like what actually happens. That's the general gist of it. So that method is great for people like me, later in life, older. We're already educated in something else and we don't want to go back to college because that's not the smartest thing to do. We don't want to go to boot camps. We don't have time. Maybe you have a family. Maybe you have a very stressful job where you don't work 9 to 5. You work from whatever to whatever to get the job done. And then you may even think about living at work because, they allow that because when you live at work, you do more work for them. So let's get started with this, but not right now. But let's get started with the rest of this video. I'm going to be following this course, and here are the prerequisites. I pretty much have little or no machine learning background. I took a course on Udacity. It went in one ear and kind of out the other because I didn't build something. So I'll be starting off with the framing. I'm going to do that in my next video. My next video will be this introduction to machine learning framing. It's supposed to take an hour. I'll record it because I can. And I'll be doing that because I'm going to show you the in between. They show you the A and then the Z. I'll show you the rest of the alphabet. Even if you don't want to do it, don't want to watch it, skip it. I don't care. But I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to show you the journey. It's up to you to decide if you want to do it for yourself. So after that's done, I do this course. I'm going to go and do this project. And this project is AI for content creation or creators. Getting artificial intelligence to write for you using its natural language processing power. It the newer ones like OpenAPI, it's Elon Musk owned company, with the GPT-3 technology, which is the newest thing, it's the new hotness, and I've used it in certain products like Jasper.ai, and it's fantastic. But it doesn't write a whole blog for you. It doesn't do it per keywords or whatever you're basing it on. And sometimes they will just copy the same stuff over again, and it won't put it into a nice way. You still have to do work. You can't just throw it up on the web and be like, Google, find me. Google, show me to everybody. It doesn't work like that. Not yet. So I would like to make it a little better. I would like to make it more usable for people who like to blog and stuff about whatever. And that's what I'll be building for my little machine learning project. Now, this one's paid. If you look at the price, oh, that looks small. It's not a big deal. Here's the most powerful one, which is what a lot of people like to use. Here's the cheap, fast one. So, what does it say? 1,000 tokens is about 750 words. Most blog posts are between, I'd say, 1,000 and 2,000 words. So, let's just say for circumstance, you need about 2,000 tokens per blog post. Now, if you look here, that's it's not even a penny. It's like, wow, I could make so many blog posts, no problems. But over here, that's 12 cents to write a blog post. Not bad, if you're charging somebody, but if it's just you, is that the smart thing to do? But here's a cool thing. I think this now because I haven't looked further into it. Why not use something else? Something that's a competitor, something that's an alternative, something that's free. That's where I found NLP Cloud, which uses the GPT slash J, you can see right here, model, type, custom model, and that is an equivalent of Ada. So it's fast, and it's free, but this is still so little. I'm going to build it upon this because I don't have to worry about making an account. Because I think right now I have to sign up and then I have to wait for Elon Musk to say it's okay for me to use this stuff. And since I'm a nobody, that might be forever. So for right now, these guys are going to let me do whatever I want. Yay! Um, Within a limit. Now there is this new thing called Neo X, which has 20 billion something. I think the JPTJ only has 5 billion something. This is the amount of things that it's pulling from, the amount of data that is corrugated that it can use to create content based on whatever you write in. You write in, um, Go programming for basketball players. You'll get some interesting output. It may be useful for you, it may not. But with that Da Vinci Code, it may be pretty good. But I'll be looking into this, and apparently at some point they're going to charge. So at least they'll allow me to do it. Elon Musk has to vet me first. So after that initial project that I do, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just connecting some things, putting up a little GUI and a little check tech box. I'm talking too fast. A little box to input text to say what I want it to look at, and then clicking the button, it goes through here in LP Cloud. It spits out some output, and I do what I want with it. That's the end of the show. And then I'll move to the next thing. That next thing is questionable. I'm wondering. I know what I should do. What I should do is continue down the line and continue building. But part of me wants to listen what I heard from my mentor at my current job, which is learn Go programming. Now, right now with machine learning, it doesn't have like a big machine learning. It doesn't have all the cool stuff that Python does because it's been around forever and is the known thing for machine learning. But it's so much faster. It's so much scalable. I have to. I got excited just reading about it, and now that I've tried some of it, I'm like, oh man, this is cool stuff. This reminds me of C. I can do cool stuff with this. Plus, with this kind of thing, I'm gonna need speed eventually. Now there's the propensity to wrap all of my Python stuff in Go, or at least wrap my stuff in C sharp or something, and then wrap that in Go. I'm not sure that's even a smart thing, but maybe I could do all of this in Go. But we'll see. For now, I'm going to go to the next step of learning some more, but not specifically for machine learning because I got a lot of that from the course, and I'll just grab more from wherever. It won't be formal anymore. The only formal thing I'll do is go over Python so that I know more. There's this scientific computing course, which is, I believe, it's pulled straight from a University of Georgia. I think it's Georgia State. I can't remember. They're in cahoots with them. This is my actual account. And if you're wondering where I am and things look weird, it's because this is Linux Ubuntu. And I haven't been on Linux hmm, since 2014. And now I'm back and I'm getting used to everything. I still know some of the command line calls, but I don't know a lot of them. So this is what all cool programmers are using. So obviously, I had to buy myself a nice little used ThinkPad for $200. Get those things on eBay, and they work. 2016. It's a fantastic machine, and apparently it holds up very well. This is a ThinkPad T560. You don't need anything more than that. Just make sure you have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you'll be fine. So I'm gonna do this one, and then this data analysis one for Python, and then this machine learning one. This is the specific one. This has a TensorFlow, as you can see. That looks like a T, this looks like an F, and that's why I'll learn something new. Now, you see 900 hours here, but I think I went through half of this scientific computing one in like 2 days, maybe 2 days of maybe 2 hours each. It won't take long. I'm not sure about this one though. But I'm gonna try. We'll see how far we go. And if it gets too cumbersome, I might just skip forward. Do just what you need. Now, for the last thing, the Go programming. Now, Free Codecamp has more stuff about Go programming than I thought. I had started this one already. You see, I got too excited. I already watched and completed 2 hours of this little boot camp for Go programming. I have it up on my Visual Studio Code here. Um, 'Cause that's what they use as well, and it's fantastic. It's almost 7 hours of content that goes over pretty much everything in the beginner course. You'll see when I do the Python one, which I've already gone past this stuff. Like I know everything. I just have to remind myself that I know everything. That's the way the brain works when it gets old. You just have to keep reminding it everything. If you don't use it, you definitely lose it, and faster. Each year, you just lose things faster, so you have to stay on top of it. Now, Free Codecamp has blog posts about this as well, so you can just do a little search right here for whatever, and it'll try to connect you. Sorry, it's late. With pertinent information. And if you want to learn a little more about Go, there's plenty of stuff here, including how you can use it on the blockchain, which is a very cool thing to maybe learn. Like if I didn't do or was interested in machine learning or I 100% would have just gone back to relearning JavaScript and all the other and React and maybe Go too, and just started doing blockchain development because that's where all the cool people are now. That's where all the new, fresh, happy, interesting money is going. And, it's pretty cool. And it has a lot of skills that I already have. So, like, why am I learning something new when something cool is out already? Well, I still think machine learning is cooler. That's the way it goes. But if you want to do that, get make yourself some DApps, I believe they're called, and learn that same way. DApp, make a DApp, DApp after DApp after DApp until you're a programmer. I think a cool person to watch for that, if you want to learn from maybe a course. I haven't taken it, but it seems legit. Is a guy from who has a YouTube channel called Eat the Blocks. He's from somewhere in Europe. I'm not sure where. I forgot, but I think he's the one out there that has like the most acclaim on YouTube for it now, and he has his own course and stuff that he's just starting to promote. So might want to get in on that. And was that it? Was that all I need to talk about? Yes. So I'll end like this. This is the plan for those of us who meet a certain criteria. We're further along in our career. We don't want to go to school. We don't want to do boot camps. But we want to change our careers. We want to try something new. And we want to do it in not the bottom up way. We want to do it in the top down way. It'll be faster. We'll get something to show for our efforts. And we can show somebody else what have done and that we can do it for them. And if you blog or make videos like this, you can show that you are who you are and you can do what you can do and give people a piece of your mind, which they'll want to know because they all want to know how you think and how you work through problems and how you work with software. So get out there and make yourself visible.